Good evening from Yami B TV. Wishing you all well on this Saturday evening, and just felt the need to update you and keep you posted on the latest running saga since being homeless. After speaking with you all the other day on video, letting you know that the boys had coughed up basically and helped me out to get a place. Others came in and thought it'd be a good idea for me to go down to the countryside for a few days and get my head together properly and get ready for the next part of the journey. And of course, for you lot and Yami B TV. So there's also dramatic news coming in that I felt the need to share with you also. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, special big ups. Obviously, the boys, the family, John, Big Ben, Quincy, obviously always my boy, who's been running around like a headless chicken, trying to help me over the last week or two. Big Tone as well. And James English. James English thought it'd be a great idea for me before I move into the accommodation to get my head sorted out. And, you know, James, I can't thank you enough for orchestrating this massive move, which I find now is bringing me back to life and settling me down away from the hustle and bustle of London. So, James, just like to big you up. I know you've already said there's no need for me to apologise for anything over the last few months. But, you know, if I feel like I've offended you in any way previously for you doing this for me, just like to apologise anyway, James, because I haven't been in touch with you for a little while. I listened to a lot of things. Well, when I wasn't used to YouTube, you know, you get mixed up and listen to a lot of rubbish. That, you know, the back and forths kind of stuff, not with other podcasters. I'm just saying other general members of the public. You know, I'm not going to go into it. Sorry, James. But yes, James, thank you loads, and also big up Steve Rafe, who's done his fair share for me over the last week or so as well, and of course Shaun Atwood, who's constantly really been helping me along since the early days as well. But yeah, big up James. Thanks a lot. It's a great idea. I've got two big guard dogs down here as well, so I'm getting used to the dog things and that. So I'll be back down next week to move in officially, and the next part of the journey continues. Also, anything I've forgotten regarding that. So that's the state of play at the moment. Calming, soothing, and the journey continues. Yep, as well, the greatest news to come out of all this so far is that today, officially, I am off license for the first time in history in 40 years. So no one to report to no more. No one to say you can't go here, go there, and you're not allowed to see this one and see that one, and let me know where you're going when you go. Everything that comes up with that high risk mapper is over now. I don't have to report anywhere. So it's a cause of celebration for that, but I won't be celebrating. I don't think I'll be celebrating anything for a while, but, you know, just to know that I'm free totally, and everything's in my own hands, and it feels like a whole big weight being lifted off my shoulders with that scenario. You know, still sad about the breakup and, you know, the way things have finished, and particularly, you know, some of the stuff I've told you about already. But I'm going to be on the up, and I'm feeling so much happier. For a lot of you, if not all of you, some of the support that I got off my followers was indescribable, really. And some of the great friends I've made, new friends over the past months, weeks, months, and the year, you know, has probably lifted me, inspired me, you know, not to go under, if you get what I mean. Yep, that's about it. But, you know, for the first time, license is finished. They're all running around like headless chickens about, well, we can still help you, and da, 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 da. You never ever helps me. Only one particular probation officer has ever helped me in life, and that was probably the one that I've left now. But no, I don't need no help off nobody regarding that. Not on no hideout thing where I don't want nobody to know where I'm living, and you can track me down and mapper and all the stuff that's gone with all my history. I'm not answering to nobody. My decision making has to get better with the new life that I've been leading. The one thing we could still be proud of, no crimes or nothing for a whole year. The demons came, now and again. The last bit obviously could have been a bit worrying for me, but I'm over it now. Hopefully, with hard work, will stay so. So, nope, just with a loving family on the outskirts of London, and just preparing for next week. And yep, Quincy, love you, boy. I know we got loads of work to do coming as well. We've been holding back. There's been so many spanners in the work lately. I mean, we know I lost my mother, probably the love of my life, at Christmas, and that was a hard thing. I thought, I went wonky during the 2-3 weeks prior to after that as well. Kind of got back together then, and then now the 1, 2, 3, 4 different changes over the last 2-3 weeks. I don't mean no bad blood to anyone. Everybody do their own thing, like James was saying to me yesterday, and Shaun and Steve. Just I don't like bad mouthing people like that. I don't like to get involved in spats and saying it was their fault and this one's fault and that one's fault. I recognise what my faults are and my errors. All I could do is just try to change them and work harder at them. That's all. But I'm not condemning or judging anybody, because of the way they do their stuff. But no, all the podcasters out there, the ones that are out have all come at some stage during the last 2 weeks to offer me support, from it being Darren, Liquid, Lee Mayo, all of them, all the boys that have been sticking close and offering me good advice, because having been out a while, some of you've been through the kind of stuff that I'm encountering right now. Yep, I don't want to babble on too much. I do feel better, to be honest, and I just look forward to coming down next week and seeing you all and getting the content back up there quicker. Also, sorry about some feel that I've been putting up the A Factor videos, to get more views, and that's not the reason. Sorry, I should have made it clear. Like, any of you that have watched any of the stuff before, we're not. Uncle Yami's not telling you to watch it. We're not interested in the views and for things that have been watched already. It's just part of the history, part of the journey, working with other projects, especially my nephew and Real Life TV, and the others that I've spoken about. These projects, format and content, as far as I'm concerned, will bring lasting memories, and it's only right that followers and persons coming to the channel get a chance to see maybe some of the stuff they've missed and that kind of thing. So sorry about that, but we didn't want to lose all the content. I've still got all the old videos, but remember, I'm opening up with the line, "It is what it is TV," and I'm no longer part of that. And at some stage in the future, I'll be giving you a full explanation about that. Okay? And that's about it. But yeah, some of them we can redo some of those stories, but stories and reflecting and that kind of stuff is very much a feature from the past, to give back, so that the youth and some of you that don't know about prison and have only heard things, and some of the things that go on in there, it's enlightening as well. And it's not that so much, some say the glamorizing and going over it and that kind of stuff, but it's whether you was involved in criminality, whether you know a lot about prison, whether you know a lot about the names that have been spoken about. Some of you do, some of you don't, some of you have heard about them. And, there's a lot of conflicting stories and different messages coming out of the same quarters. Uncle Yami just likes to tell you exactly what it was and who was what and what it means by being what, or which in natural fact means absolutely fuck all. All right, so it's just that, and just to pass on the experiences of that sad life and the harm and all the things that you have to go through in that system. We use it as a frightening tool as well. Our projects and our channels, to deter people from going. A lot of people like to hear about the mindsets of how it works and what are they really like, and some of the horrendous things that have been done. Why? I just like to, bring closure to that argument a little bit. But like I said, I've got a couple of books full of stories, and I've been held back for a little while previously from doing that. but I won't be now. So I'll be bringing out the names and bringing them out the detail even more thoroughly if it wasn't before. And yep, no holdbacks or nothing. It's my channel, and I'll be doing it. I'll be doing it exactly the way that I want to do it in the future. After all, we only got one life to live. It'd be nice to leave a legacy behind, for the deterrent of that life and all that comes with it, all the fakeness and the breakdown in relationships and the people you harm along the way. And I've said sorry countless times about that and still continue to say sorry. So thanks loads and loads and loads. Sending you all love. And I might be coming back up this evening again. Okay. So just keeping you up to date. Each day has got a little bit better over the 2 weeks. And God, I wouldn't have been able to take 4 to 6 to 2 months sofa surfacing and going from here to there, not unless they're really close friends and that kind of stuff. Because like I've been told this morning from some of my followers that, Yami, you've got to get your own space because you find that you have to live into another person's way of doing it, and albeit warts and all with the way they're doing it at their house, feel like you become a burden, and some places are just not good for the way that I am at the moment, which we don't want to put myself in any more danger to bring me down further. But we're on the up, and I love you loads, and hopefully I'll come back after. But that's the state of play. But sending love to all of you. Okay? All right. Good evening. Good evening.